10 faves here on HSN, and I'm Tamara Hooks, and we're moving on to fave number 3. Now, our first 2 faves we were cleaning the house, but now we're gonna have fun. We have, and I think this is the coolest little thing, this is the ZTE SPro portable DPL Wi-Fi smart projector. And I know that you're probably thinking, well, first off, it's a really long name with a lot of letters, but what is that, and what does that mean? Well, it's a projector. Normally when you think of a projector, you do think of something that's a lot bigger and a lot more cumbersome to use. This tool right here, it's about the size of actually like a sandwich, like a slice of bread. It's about the size of like a slice of bread, right? And so it's not big, it's easy to carry around, it's easy to take around with you. But what's great is on here, you have ports, and I'll show those to you. You see the USB ports right here. You plug something into this, whether it's your computer or your HDMI port as well. You can plug in a tablet, and you can project what's on that tablet, computer, Blu-ray player even. You can project that larger with the projector. Here is the way that it projects right there. It projects out here. And you make it as big or as small as you want the projection to be just by kind of moving it in and out of whether between 10 feet and 120 feet. So what you're doing is projecting the image that's on your digital device now onto the wall or onto the side of, you know, a building or something like that. It's very simple to do. What we have right here, we have a USB, a stick plugged in. We've got some data on here. Very simple and intuitive to use. There is a little button down at the bottom, and you press the little button, and it's gonna initialize, and it's gonna start to kind of come on, and in just a second, you're gonna see the projection. Can you see the projection on my hand? Do you see that? So I press that button, you see the projection on my hand, and if I pull this further away, the projection gets bigger and bigger and bigger. And obviously it's gonna get really big. It can go onto a wall. But do you see that projection? It's coming from here. And what I think is so cool about this is that now there's so many times where you wanna share, whether it's a funny video or, you know, a movie, pictures, whatever the case is that you've taken and that you have on a smaller digital device. How do you get what's here to be here? How do you get what's here where maybe only 1 or 2 people can see it to project it where everybody can see it? You need a projector. And this projector fits in the palm of your hand, but it really can project beautifully. And these are the kinds of really cool tools that make sharing your, you know, your data, your entertainment so much easier and so much better. This typically was almost $400 here at HSN, but today we've got a price break. So you're saving $80 off of our regular price, another about $11 off of the shipping because it's free shipping today. So it's about a $91 savings by getting this, just getting it today. And we have a few hundred of them. We will see it throughout the day, but these are the kind of things that really can, you know, allow you to host a movie night, not only for you and your family, but you and your neighbors. Think about that. You can do that. You can keep the whole family entertained by connecting up to Wi-Fi. You can surf the web on this. You can download apps from the Android Play Store. You can enjoy all the fun that Android offers on the big screen. And I know that it seems funny, the big screen on such a smaller piece, but that's what it is. Like I said, it's about the size of a slice of bread. So it's easy to take with you. It's not heavy. You probably already have all of the other devices where your media is. Again, whether it's your computer, that all you would need is to plug it, be able to plug, you know, into the USB port or the Wi-Fi port or the HDMI port because you've got that there. And you're in business. If this is something that you want, I don't want you to wait